I have not shared my screen as yet, so don't worry about that one. Okay. All right. So we have got. All right. So let me share my screen now, and I'll be sharing my screen. All right. So in our JavaScript part, I've started recording as well, and we are on time. We are just starting the session formally. So I'm expecting that you guys are looking at my screen now as well. So I would be happy if we get a quick response that you are looking at my screen. Right. So in JavaScript session, we have started. Thank you, Janiel. Thank you. I can see. Thank you. So we in our JavaScript part, what we did that we have started a very important, we discussed a very important part. And the part was that I told you that how we can just read the data which might be in this JavaScript, objects and an array of objects, so to speak. If there is an array of objects, how we can access that data. And before that, if I just take you a bit back, so remember we started talking about prototypal inheritance, and prototypal inheritance was basically we saw that actually what we do is that all those things which we don't want to make the part of our constructor function. And here I would just remind you what was the constructor function. A constructor function is a function that starts with a capital letter that might or might not receive any number of parameters, and it creates its own fields by using this keyword and sets up the value. If some values are provided to it, it sets up those value inside itself, and then it basically does what it can be used to for this will be our constructor function, and it can be used to create objects. By the way, we can create any number of objects by using this constructor function. And the issue was that we discussed that as we know that every user, we wanted to have like these few fields in every user, but these fields were optional, and we thought we might be needing these fields. For example, if someone wants to access the department of any of the created user, they would write user, whatever object is created, like for example this one, Alan dot department, for example. So what I'll do, I'll typically let's do something. I'm copying it because I'll start it from the, and I'll mark it comment because I want to start something, because I wanted to talk a little more about prototypal inheritance. That's very important, and I want you to do. We have a very good concept because uh, we will be making this concept, and we'll be taking this concept to advanced level when we'll discuss the class and everything. So let me just comment out our some of the code. This one. So I want to make it comment, right? So I will come over here, and again, so remember users dot for each, you can write lots of codes now. You have got a lot of data to play with. So I just wanted to show you this one. So I told you that actually the prototype is something, a very good benefit for in JavaScript, that if you have a constructor function and if you want to create an object, and let's create an object, and I call this object as Alan, or you can call it obj1, whatever. Obj1 is equal to new, the syntax, and you pass some name, and you can pass, for example, Brad, right? And again, you can say like last name, maybe Green, something like that. And like you say, Brad at Gmail. And then you pass on the level as well, and you say level is 3, for example. So now when I've created an object, you remember the benefit of creating the object this way was that all these things which supposedly are in prototype, they do not become automatically part of our created object. I hope you guys remember this concept, and I would like to just reinforce that a bit because I would be continuing with that. OBJ1. If I print this OBJ1, you guys know that what I will get. If I just print this one, let's take the CD programming JavaScript. I go into the folder CD lectures and CD week 5. This is week 5 we are working on. And now if I run node script.js, just wondering if you will be reviewing the practice question during the session also. Stephen, definitely. If you're talking about the yesterday's practice question that I did, yes, I would do that, Stephen. Towards the end, I will do that, right? I'll give, I'll discuss some of these solutions, and then as some students have been suggesting, I would post that solution, like, the previous solutions as well. I'll post all the solutions, and you can have a look at model solutions, and you can just compare your solutions as well with them. Anyhow, so let's talk about this one. So as I said, that when we have created this obj1, and we printed this obj1, we don't see the department field in that. Do you see that? We don't see the logged in variable, logged in fields here. We don't see the login function inside that. We don't see the logout function inside that. And do I have them in every object? The answer is yes. If I say, rather than printing this obj1, if I say obj1 dot department, if I just write that one and I hit enter, look at that. I'm getting a department equal to HR. Are you guys getting that one? This is quite interesting. This obj, when created, it does not have the department. And if you say dot, now, yes, Valentine, you know what I'm trying to say here? Remember what happens. When I write obj1 dot department, so this obj first goes to its parent constructor over here. It tries to find, is there a field that is called department in my constructor that was created at the time of creation? The answer comes out, no, there is no department field in your constructor. Then in chain wise, my obj1 will go to its prototype. What is the prototype? Again, we have talked about, and I'll show you this again. So it goes to its prototype and say, is there a definition of a department field in prototype? It gets the answer yes. And it has a value as well. It takes that value and it prints the value HR. Now, interestingly, if I come here and I mark it comment and I say obj1 dot department equal to IT. Interesting. If I say obj1 dot department is equal to IT. Now, if I console.log obj1, see here, what will be my output? Let's clear a screen and now run that. Do you guys see that? It's even showing the department over here as well. Why? Because we have changed that one. It's no more a default. What is the giving? Oh, okay. User F. Oh, this is not one. Natalina, it is L. L for the last name. This is not one. L. One cannot be the variable. One cannot be the variable name. Natalina, you got it? It's actually, I've used L, not one. I think you are by mistake using one. It's not one, it's L. One is this. Look at the difference. Yeah. But look at the difference. This is one and this is L. But anyhow, you are right. They look quite the same. Okay, so someone says it will override the, yes, exactly. Valentine, it will override the default value. Why does it show the department now? If it exactly, Jennifer, that's a very good question. Jennifer, your answer is in Valentine's comment. If you see 2 comments back, actually what has happened, there is no department field over here, but if there is no department field, automatically it would be considered as HR. Now the issue is, I have, Jennifer, look at that. I have, by using one statement, I have changed the department for this particular object. Now, since I have changed the department, It is no more a prototype thing. It has become something that it will have to include in its object. Jennifer, did you get the answer? I hope you are getting that one. I'm again repeating. If I don't call that, if I don't change that, it might not print that. But since I have changed the default, look at that. Logged in false. Like, this logged in false. There is another property, logged in false, which is not shown over here. Now, if I just come here and you understand that one now, if I just come here and I say obj1 dot logged in equal to true. For example, I say I've intentionally made it true. I made it true. And now, Jennifer, what will happen? Our common sense says that it should now show the logged in also. Why? Because the default value has been changed. And when default value has been changed, you need to basically work on that one. Right. So I hope you guys are understanding this one. Let me just give a second. I would like to now do some of so we have just see. So this is basically very interesting. Now, this prototypal inheritance. So again, you understand, and I showed you, if you guys remember, I showed you something very interesting in the Chrome. I'll show you that again. Remember, and you would definitely appreciate that if you understand that. Let's see that. I go to inspector. I go to console. Look at that. I say let name. Oh, sorry. Let name is equal to new string Alan Smith. Now see here, Jennifer, look at that. I have created a string. Now I have a question for everyone. Did I mention something related to length also? Did I define something related to length also over here? No. Did I define any of the string functions with this one? No. I just created the object. And what happened after creating the object was, when I write name and dot, look at that. There are whole lots of story that I can use. Now, if I can use them, where they are coming from? Isn't that a valid question? Where they are coming from? I will just write name and I'll hit enter. And I showed it to you, but I'm again repeating that. If I open this, so when I write name, it says it's a string data type, Alan Smith. Okay. What is inside that? Look at that. What is inside that? It shows that Alan Smith has come, A has the 0 location, L has 1 and do 2 and etc. 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 Now here comes something. Jennifer, do you see that prototype? It has a prototype. This prototype, what is in the prototype? Let's open that. It has a lots of functions. All those string functions are in prototype. But my question is again back to that one. Did I define any of these prototypal function over here, or they were automatically part of that? Now, if I say name dot length, length is something that I have not defined as a property. It is coming from there. If I say name dot length, it says it is 10. If I say name dot to upper, that we have done a number of times, to uppercase, convert that to uppercase, it converts that one. So you might ask, Naman, where these to upper and length are coming from? Are you guys getting where these are coming from? I hope I was able to make my point clear. They are coming from prototype. Yes, and in prototype we are defined, and we can just use them, and we can just we can play with them. These are all the string function that we can work on. Just to show you something, name dot slice, and if I say 2,3, slice the name from 2 position, like 2 to 3. So it just takes out from Alan, it takes out this third A, because 0, 1, 2, from 2 position, take out 1 letter. From 2 position, take out maybe 5 letters, like till 5, 2 to 5. So it's say 2 and then 3, 4 and 5. There may be 5 characters. So that's basically what that's the string, this is the object value. So did you guys, now I want to tell you something about something very interesting. So not only our function can our prototype can contain, let me just copy this one, and I want to show you something. So if I just copy and paste it again, now a function can a prototype can contain other types of data as well. What does that mean? For example, it might have a object called this dot hobbies, and hobbies might be an array. So for example, reading and gym, etc. So these are the hobbies for a person. And again, I'm setting them up by myself. Even it can contain other objects. So for example, I say the preference of user, this dot preference is equal to object. Now, if I write an object, so for example, he always writes likes, the user always likes color red. And for example, model of a car we are talking about, right? So always likes Audi, something like that, whatever. So now, an object can contain the other objects inside that one. And that looks quite good. It means that it has. So now if I just want to create, first of all, I'll create the object of this user. So I'll say var obj1. I've just muted all the others. New user, and I say Alan, and I say again Smith, and I say alan@gmail.com, and I say free, whatever. So object is created. Object is created. Now, since I have just included that over here, I might have taken them to the prototype as well, but I'm including that. So now if I just console.log obj1, I want to show you what will come out. Obj1. If I just console.log this, you see that array is also coming and the object is also coming. Now, what I want to say is that how I will access a particular value of hobbies. So I would say obj1 dot hobbies of 1. What will be my output? Anyone without running that? What will be my output? obj1 dot hobbies of 1. Gym. Wonderful. It should be gym, of course, right? Because it is just going and getting that. Okay. And how about this one? If I write obj1 dot pref, if I just write pref, so what will happen? If just write pref, it will bring out the preferences of that user. Now, if I say pref dot color, of course, pref dot color, what will be the output? Output will be red. Pref dot color, color is red. If I say pref dot model, if I say pref dot model, of course, the Audi will come out. I often go to gym to read and loud. Okay. Yeah. So see here. So that's basically, what? That's how you can access the objects and how you can just, create these objects and make them. Now, I'll give you some practice over here. Let's make a real world one, real world type of thing, and try to make something over here. Let's do an example question, right? Another example question. So I have a constructor function called person that will take name and age as parameter. Make sense, everyone? I'm just trying to make that one. So this dot name equal to name, this dot age equal to age. Are you guys getting that one? It will create two fields and it will just, do that. Now I have this constructor. I'm writing a sort of complete program that you will really enjoy that. And before this function, I'm this is before the parameter, I define a variable people is equal to array. People is equal to array. So I have a constructor function. Let's say that constructor function person. I'm just creating a constructor function person. Now I have another function which is not constructor, add person. I'll create a add person. It will also accept two parameters, name and age. Add person. What it does, it says what it does is it creates a variable of our constructor. Pass this name and age from here and pushes that into people. Are you guys getting that one? It's a practice question that I'm saying. I have an array of people. I have a constructor that constructs a person. I have a function that actually creates the person and pushes that person into people. Are you guys getting that one? Now, how I'll call this one? So again, I need to call this first of all add person. So I'll say add person and I pass some values. So I say George and I say age 32, whatever. I again call it. So for example, Christina and 31, whatever. Now, I want you to understand this one because some of you were a little bit confused about the functions as well. So this will be a good practice of functions also. Look at that. I call add person. I pass George and 23. Jennifer, please have a look at that one. So I call this George and 32. So George is passed in name and 32 is passed for the first time. 32 is passed in age. What this function does, it takes var p, it creates a new variable p equal to new person. Do you know that this is calling from here, this constructor? So, and passes the name and age. So name had value George and age had value 32. So both of them are passed here and the constructor creates a person, new person, and stores it in P. And what I do is that people dot push P. Do you guys remember? Insert the newly created person in people array. Are you guys getting that one? People array. Now, when it is done, I want to just see what is in the person now. People, sorry. If I just say, I just give me the people. What is in the people array? Now let's run this one. Of course, you know what will be my output. Do you guys know I have two people over there? Person name with name George, age 32, and another person named Christina, age 31. Are you guys getting that one? I hope you are understanding this. Everyone is getting that one? Now, just to practice that, a very interesting thing. Can you guys, like, it's a question and I would wait for your solutions. This is very important. Write a function called total age that calculates the total age of all people in array. Are you guys getting that? What you have to do? You have to write a function called total age, right? That total age will do what? That will go to this people array and find out how many people are there. Right now there are two. I can add one more. There are 2 or 3 people, whatever. So there are multiple people on that. And someone goes there, like, your function goes there, reads all the ages, adds them and say, for example, right now it would be 63. The answer should be 63 right now. And why not? Let me add one more person. If I say add person and I say Doug, for example, and I say the age is 25, whatever. So now I want you to just write a function, total age, that will calculate the age of all the people in this array and give me the result. Can you guys try that out? We have been doing a little things about that one. Can you guys just try that out? I'm expecting, and please, when you are done with the solution, don't paste the solution in the chat. Rather, in the chat, just write done. I would ask someone of you to just share their solution. I don't want you to share your solution directly. Can I have a thumbs up? How many of you are trying that out? Total age function that will calculate the age of all the people and tell me the total age right now. So which should be right now 32 plus 31, 63 plus it should be 80, 88, something like that total. Can you paste the code for the constructor? Oh yeah, why not? Yes, that's a fair deal. I'll paste this also all code here till the question even, even I'm pasting the question as well. Here is the code snippet. even see and let me know if you see everything. Var people, constructor function, that add person, and let me know that you are good with that. I'm waiting for the solution, right? Oh, Christopher, I did not ask you to just paste the code, but anyhow, you have done that. Total 0 people dot for each age is equal to total plus equal to age. Christopher, did you run this code, by the way? Let's discuss it, not a problem. If you have, did you run this one? Oh, okay. Right, not a problem. Thank you. Genial, thank you for not wasting. Vanessa, thank you. You said that you have done. Christopher, try that out. Just go and paste that and try. If in other words, I would be asking for a running solution, right? Valentine, thank you. That's good. You have done that. I'll just come to someone and I'll ask you to just print that. Not a problem. Okay. Valentine has done. Genial has done. And Lauren, I did something slightly different, but I'm definitely bored with for each being our solution. Oh, okay. For each should be you are right. For each should be the solution, and that's quite a reasonable assumption. But I don't know because the solution that Christopher typed in, I don't think it's gonna work. I don't know. Let's try that out. And Christopher, you might need syntactically make some changes. Rob, that's wonderful. Rob has done that. Wonderful. Rob has done that. Okay, so now I would like everyone is trying else. Should I ask someone to paste the solution and then we start talking about the solution? And then I'll do the solution as well with you guys so that you understand everything. Rob has done that. And if I see the first one to do was Vanessa. So let's start it this way. Vanessa, can you paste your solution by the way? Just your solution. Because you said first, so I'll take one by one, and that then we'll discuss each solution. And please don't worry about that. If it is wrong, I'll be happily, this is quite good. As Christopher has shared the solution, might not be the right one, but it is a good one. Good thing. Okay, Vanessa, total age var total is equal to 0. People dot for each function person if person dot age. Okay, total return total var total is equal to. That's wonderful. And Vanessa, I'll take this code. You have run that one. I'm taking your code with your permission. I'll copy this and I'll paste it here. So again, with your attribution, I'll just paste it over here. Let me hit save. It will just try to fix it. Okay. So you say that people dot for each function person, a person with wonderful. If person dot age, okay. Total plus is equal to person dot age, right? Okay. So Vanessa, you have taken into consideration that maybe in some records there is no age being mentioned. Do you want to say that? Because I don't think that this maybe, this right now, this if is making a lot of, making a lot of difference to code. But anyhow, you have done a wonderful job. For each function person plus age, total age is equal to total age, and you can have a total age is equal to total. Looks wonderful. Let's run that one. Let's run that one. We have called this function as well. So let's see that. Yeah, so total age is 88. That's wonderful. Now, I would like to, this is very good because, this is giving me an idea that how you guys are doing. Janiel, would you mind sharing your solution as well? Because, I just want to see that how you have formulated your solution. So this one, I'll just write here. This one is Vanessa solution, right? And this one is Vanessa's solution, right? So I just attributed that over there. It's the same as Vanessa. Okay, it's same like that. Okay, right? Anyone else? All right. Rob, would you mind sharing your screen? Share your code if you feel it's a bit different. Oh, I left Valentine. Valentine was there before. Valentine, and now I would ask everyone to just print that. Rob has printed that. People dot for each function person total plus is equal to person dot age. That's wonderful. It's almost the same, just there is no if. Of course, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. And how about who's the last one remaining? Valentine. Valentine, would you mind sharing your code? Now, after their share, like people have shared, Rob has done a wonderful job. Vanessa has done a wonderful job. Again, I said, if there was some condition to be applied to the age, we could have applied that over here. Now, did anyone try this same solution with the for each? For some reason, by using the for each, did anyone try that one? Now, what I'll do, Vanessa, with your permission, I'll leave your solution as it is. And I'll copy this and comment this out. And I would like to do this with the for loop. Everyone agrees? I want to be, I want to make it, this is wonderful thing. By the way, for each is wonderful. But can we do this with a for loop as well? So I say for var I is equal to 0, I is less than. Now, what you'll say? People dot length. People dot length. I want to go till the people dot length and I plus plus. Now, inside that, just a single statement. Total plus equal to people of I dot age. And again, here we have this problem or I didn't account for missing age. Okay, not a problem. That's not a problem. And again, we are not accounting for a missing age. Do you see that exactly solution shared by almost, Vanessa and others? It's exactly the same. If you look at that, for y is equal to 0, not a problem. Now, I would ask a question to everyone. Is everyone understanding this one, like the solution both ways? People dot for each, which is I think wonderful way of doing that. So do you guys, everyone understands that one? Everyone understands this solution? This first solution is from Vanessa. Second solution, I've just used the for loop. Age should be default to 0 or 1 anyway, since someone has to have an age. Yeah, it should be we are not considering right now age should be a value or not. Okay, I want to do one more thing. Vanessa, your solution. I'm again printing your solution. This is exactly your solution. And I would like more you to practice the arrow functions rather than this function. Because, and you know why? Because we'll be using this arrow function a lot. Try to use arrow function. This will make our life a bit more interesting and easier, Small function. Right? Vanessa? So I've just changed that from function to person. And again, as I said, right now we are not setting up a for example, if I had asked you in the question, calculate the age of all those people whose age is above 50, for example. Now this if makes a lot more sense. So it will only calculate. So there is no one above 50. So I'll say 28, for example. So above 28. So now, it makes a lot of lot of sense here. Why? Because now it will just go and calculate two ages and it will give me 63. Why not the Doug's age? Because Doug is 25 and we have put a condition that the person's age should be greater than 28. So Vanessa, unless I have something this condition, I might skip this bracket like this if, and I can still work for that. This is wonderful. And I have this one running over here. All right. And if I if we have another problem, I say to, okay, wondering why this not work. Function total age array for I is equal to 0, I array length, for total is equal to 0, total plus equal to array of I dot age. So dot log total age people. Okay, why it is not working? That's a wonderful question. I'll copy this event from your code and I'll paste it here and see what is happening. I'll comment my all codes. And you say that this is the code that is not running for it. It's better to use a for loop or for each or Vanessa, it really matters. It does not really matters, by the way, but the problem is more often I would recommend always use the for each, as you have done that. You know why I showed this for like for loop? Because I wanted to show people that, okay, you can do that by using the for loop as well. Vanessa, you would 9 out of 10 times you would want to use for each in these situations. You know what I mean? But again, that really depends upon your preference, your preference, what you want to do. Okay, let's see why this code is not working for him. Oh, that's wonderful. Can someone tell me why his code is not working and what solution it gives, like what output it gives? It gives 25 only. It gives only 25. Who will find out his problem? I know what is the problem in events code. Even you should be able to find your problem here. Scott, Ryan, I have a lot of people. I'm not hearing from most of you. Braden, I have. No, Nathalina, not console.log. Lauren has given a solution. Actually, even see, this total should be outside of for loop. Every time when you come inside the loop, total again becomes 0. And what happens is 32 goes in 0, 31 goes in 0, total becomes 0 every time when you come over. And in the end, only 25 remains. So it's just 25. Even, did you get it? Now see even what will happen. Look at that, 88. Exactly, total age resetting always. Even you see always total was getting reset in the for loop. Exactly, it has to be. You know why? Stephen? Because if you initialize it inside that, every time loop will execute, it will become 0. It will become 0. It will become 0. Even that's a wonderful thing, by the way. Sharing your code with others, and it really gives you a good understanding. And now you will understand whenever you have to run a loop, always define this total equal to 0 in the above, because you don't want total to become 0 again and again. You just want it to be 0 in the beginning, and in the end, you want to have the real total, what is happening. I'll write here. I always attribute the users. So this is code of events code, right? Okay, so this is wonderful, and this is events code. That's very interesting. Okay, now another problem. Are you guys enjoying solving these problems? Hopefully, this is a good practice for you. And I'm giving you another question. Let's see how many of you will be able to find out. Now, let's write with me. For example, I have books array, and this is an array of objects. I have 3 books, comma, right? I have a books array which has three like books. So I'll write here first. So I'll say title. Good morning, whatever. It has a title, comma, it has an author. And author is, for example, Stephen something. It's not our Stephen, right? Okay, and maybe ISBN. ISBN is 1234. Now, I have one record here. Now I'll do what? I'll copy the same. Like one object, I'll copy the same and I'll paste it in the second one and I'll paste it in the third one. And now I'll change the values. Okay, so now let's do a very interesting thing. The other book is Good Afternoon and author is, let's say Chris, Chris, as you mentioned. And the number is 3234, whatever. 11134. And now the author is Braden, whatever, Braden. And the book is Good Night. Okay, now this is this one. Okay, I want to add one more field. Sorry, I want to add one more field, and the field is a field is reading status. And I say true, which is a Boolean value, and I'll copy this one for all records. And I would say, for example, the second one is false. Now, we have got the data here, 3 objects, this books. Now, what you have to do, and again, please don't share your solution. Always share, yes, you have done that. And this time, I would really want, like, Vanessa shared solution, Janiel shared solution, and some people. I would like you guys never share your solution, new solution. I would like the others, some other people to share their solution, right? Write a, we can call it a program or a function, whatever. You write a program. Let's say write a function that tells about the reading status, reading status of each book, like following. Now, for example, the output should be something like this. So if the reading status is true, the book, it should come appear like this: already read, and then space book name. And for example, book name is Good Morning. So Good Morning, already read. And if the book is not read, it should be you still need to read. Which book? For example, Good Afternoon, which has a false. Make sense, everyone? You have to write a code that gives a message when the reading status of the book finds out to be true, it says already read with the book name. And if its reading status is false, it prints you still need to read book. Yes, I can share the code. Yes, that's definitely. Control C. Even I was expecting this from you. Today, Vanessa took the lead. Okay. Code snippet. And it should be now with you. So it should be now with you. Very easy. Just write a function that will do that. And by the way, just one more thing. Why not add the writer as well? By Stephen. Add the writer. That would be good. After the book, write the name as well of the writer. By Chris, something like that. So add the writer name as well. Let's see who will come up with the solution. Wonderful, wonderful. We'll see that. No problem, Christopher. I would ask you to share the solution later on, but let's see right now. Okay, let's see. All right. So anyone else? Oh, I've not seen any done message from anyone. Oh my God, it's taking so much long. Like Janiel and you guys who already shared your solution, if you are done, you can just write that. Vanessa, wonderful. Good, good. Just put like don't put the code and you're putting that. Okay, you got it. Wonderful. So two people have done that till now. Rob done. Wonderful. Okay. Scott, you got it. Wonderful. That's wonderful, Scott. I might ask you first to share your solution, because most of them they had shared their solution. So I might want you to share your solution. Lauren got it. That's wonderful, Lauren. That's wonderful. Matthew done. That's wonderful, Matthew. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, so now, Scott, can you share your solution for us and we will be discussing that solution? Scott, can you paste your solution? And I would take that and paste that. Wonderful. I'll paste this one and let's see if wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Rob. Oh, sorry. My mouse is slipping away, so I gave up. So Control C, and now I'll come here and I'll paste it here. And let's see what happens. Oh, I copied your name as well. Okay. So you say books reading status, books dot for each book, take by book. If book dot reading status equals true, console dot already read, book title, oh, title spelling is not true, right? Right. And again, I'm just making that correct. Let's run that one and see what will come out. Oh, it's just showing the previous one and I've not called the new one. So I'll first of all, it's showing me the previous problem. So I'll comment that out. And here, this reading status should be called, right? So I'll call reading status. I call this one, right? Let's see. Wonderful, already read. Good morning by Stephen. You still need to read Good Afternoon by Chris. Already read Good Night by Braden. That's wonderful, wonderful. You guys see that? I hope you guys are understanding this. He has done a wonderful job. But I will take so again, all rest of Alan, do you match your solution with Scott's solution? Again, you can always match that one. You guys can match this solution with this one, Scott's solution, right? So Scott's solution. Now, that's wonderful. Someone else has shared that. Now, yes, so I'll take Scott's solution and I will introduce some of the very, very interesting, changings to this one. And I won't change this, by the way. I'll copy this one. Scott, I'll keep your solution like this, but I will make or change this function in a lot of wonderful way. And everyone, please see here. If you have done the solution, wonderful. And I see Brendan has shared the solution. Okay, that's wonderful. Not a problem. Now see here. I would like to just, make this look a bit more smaller and a bit more smarter. Now, first thing that I would like to introduce. Do you know that we have got something called backticks, which is called string literal? In these situations where we have multiple variables, we need to embed multiple variables in between. We would rather prefer to use backticks rather than double quotations, because here it's a bit of hassle to do that. Now, how to do that? I'll write that console.log. I'll first of all write backticks. Now I'll say already read. And now I don't need to put a comma or something. I'll just put a space and I will interpolate book.title. And then I don't need to give anything else. I would write y. And now the name of the author, book.author. The first thing I want to do. Now, of course, you will see that I will see that 2 times. So, I'll see that 2 times everything. But anyhow, so I'll now remove this one. Scott, are you getting that one? And try to do that for the next, next one. So what I'll do is that I'll convert it to the backticks. And what I'll do is that I'll just take it away and I'll put a $sign and I put this one. So book.title will appear. And then I'll just put by, and then I'll just take this away and I'll just put a $sign and interpolation. Are you guys getting that one? And backtick should come over here. Are you guys? Let's first of all check, is it working fine or not? Is it working fine or not? It's working fine. It's working good. Now let's come back. I need one more thing. You remember if and elsing, if there is just one if and else, rather than using if and else, I would prefer something else. Do you remember the ternary operator? See what I'll do. I'll write book dot reading status equals, and by the way, we use equals, not equal, because of the JavaScript problems. Check if book reading status equals true. Console.log, and I will paste this line. Console.log this, colon. If this is not true, console.log this. Yes. Now I would be writing this over here. Now look at that. Book.reading its status equals true, question mark. If it is true, run this site. If it is false, run this site. Now I'll take it away. I'll remove that. Do you guys understand what I have done? I've just taken away the if and else, and let's check whether it is working still fine or not. Let's save. And let's check the output. It is giving the output. Already read good morning by Stephen, good afternoon by Chris, good night by Brett, and something like that. Do you guys see that? And Scott, I would like to say that you have done a wonderful job, by the way, right? Books.forEach, and this books.forEach is, I think, giving a wonderful practice. You guys are getting a wonderful practice of this books.forEach, because that's something really doing a wonderful thing, right? Okay, now that's wonderful. I would give one more practice question, and then I'll go to those practice questions that we have make over there. Now I'm giving you a little bit practice of, because this was the more practice of the objects and printing. I'll give you practice of that constructor function. One constructor function I'll create, and then I'll just talk about that one. So I have a function called Ellen. Did I shared some of the questions day before yesterday or yesterday? Did you see that? Did you see them? And I think that should be the one that you should be trying it out. But if you guys feel, I'll see that, if I'll be just giving some. So I'm starting another function and I'm calling it vehicle. Like again, this should be a constructor function. So this will take three parameters: make, model, and year. Right? And what it does is that it creates its own variable. This dot make is equal to make. This dot model is equal to model. This dot year is equal to year. Right? Now, I want to make a display details function in that one as well. And again, right now I'm not doing that in the like in the prototype. I'm making that over here. So I say this dot display details equal to function, right? And do what? Write the function. And what this function does is that it, for example, when it is called, it consoles.log backticks make dollar this dot make, right? And then model dollar this dot model. Oh, this dot model. Okay, and let's type one more year. This dot year. Again, I told you I'm just giving you a practice of that one. So I have a function called display details, and we have got these all over here. Now, how to create the object of that one? So Christopher has given the class name, and I would definitely use that. So I can create var, for example, Elantra is equal to. Okay, I understand, Natalina. I'll just come to you. Elantra is equal to new vehicle, and again, it's Hyundai, like the make, right? And the model is Elantra again, and it's 2010. Right, so I've created an object. Now, if I just print object, first of all, if I say I want to print the object Elantra, and if I print that one, you see that it will. Yes, books is undefined. Yes, you are right, Christopher. Book is Natalina is not defining the book somewhere. Anyhow, I'll come to you, Natalina. Just give me a second. I just run that. So you see that it is coming, but I don't want to print the object name. Rather, if directly call Elantra dot display details, because I have given over there some consoling over there. Why not call that directly? So if I come here and I say, you see that make Honda, like Hyundai model is Elantra and year is 2010. Make sense, everyone? Now, for today, this was just a little quick practice for that one. For today, I will give you another practice question, and that again, Ellen, that you can count this as a practice question. By using this same books, I'll write that in the bottom, and I would like you guys to do that practice question, like maybe against the Monday one that we have talked about. So I'm just commenting this all. So practice question. Write a function that normal function, not the constructor, that takes the book object as parameter and stores the new book in above books array. Are you guys getting that one? You have to write a function that takes the book object as parameter and stores the new book in the above array. You'll just pass it as a parameter, and you will just use that to set up the values, and that would just store that value over here. That simple function. It's not even a even that parameter. Now, the next question may be, I think this is enough, just for that purposes, just create a function that would basically do that for you. Right. So now if I come to the practice questions that I gave you yesterday, day before, and I would like to talk about those practice questions. Let me just open those practice questions over here. Open a file, and I would like to open the file over here. Okay, thank you. Not a problem. Yeah, so this is the text file that I created. So I'll just convert that into, I'm just looking at for the question purposes, right? And let's see that. Rather, I'll open the JS file. Why not? I'll open the JS file. And by the way, first of all, let me make a comment to this one. Commit Friday, October 6 commit, and it's a makeup type of session that we have done, advanced makeup. Right, and I'll just close it for a second, and I'll open it again. Now let me open the file there. Okay, so I want to open a file here. Rather, let's open a new window. And here, I think that should be in my downloads as well. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Now this was the practice question JS4, this one. Okay, so this was the practice question JS4 file. Yes, exactly. Even you have to do that. So, I've given one solution over here as well, a practice, a model solution over here, that if you want to check the given string contains value keen irrespective of the case. So what we'll do, I'll say re.test. I'll test it with S1, the string one and re. So regular expression, if you want to, so again, regular expression would be just keen, because it will just go in the string, whatever string is passed, and it will just, without looking at the case, it will just go there and do that. Now the first question was over here. Var salutations were there by hello 123, new hello, HE220, LLO, hello, ABC, hello, XYZ, ABC. Now we need to have something like, what we have to do, it's here. Based on above solution one, also make use of any functions of map, for each, or filter, whichever is applicable in the given condition. An example array is given the problem. You need to filter all elements that contain hello. The function get hello receives the given array in the arguments and displays only those elements that contain hello in it by using a regular expression. No return required from the function. So here we don't require any return from the function. And we say that whatever comes in over here, like we are expecting a string, like an array of a string will come up over here. And what we want to do, we want to filter out. And you remember someone used the filter as the other day as well. So if you want to filter out, you will say str dot. Now I'll have to check something, and I'll tell you why. Filter out and run a function over here, because filter accepts a function and take one s, maybe one string at a time, and do what? Console.log. Now I want to console.log. Now what I'll do, I'll write a regular expression, and I'll write hello, which is a regular expression, and I'll say test the s. It will either return true or false. It should either return true or false. Make sense, everyone? So again, what I want to say is that, for example, you can even do that with a single one as well. So we say that have a regular expression test it with the string. Like what is string? That string has come out from this one, and you test it with S, and either you get a hello or you don't get a value. Are you guys getting that one? Can I run that one? I think I would be able to run that one if I call that. So if I say get hello and I pass salutations, the array that we have. Let's see and let's run that one. Okay, so I am right now. I'm in my downloads. Yes, so I think I can run that. Practice questions JS _4.js. Okay, so it's not consoling anything. Is it running, by the way? Let me just check that. I just want to check whether it is running in now. Yes, it says questions. It means that it has to run. So now it is filtering out with the hello. And with the hello, it is just testing them, in that one. So it should. Filter actually filters out the values, and it actually creates filter creates another array. It returns that value and creates an array. Let me just make that one to the proper one. For example, if I say let new is equal to new filter, new value, right? So we'll say new value equal to str filter. And now if I say, and I pass that one, and not console.log, rather, because I will now return that one. So I'll say return hello.test. So return that, test that, and if that test is passed, that return in the new value, or otherwise don't return in the new value. And now let's see if I just console.log the new value. Right, let's see. And I told you that there can be multiple solutions of the one thing. It still says that one. Yeah, so new value is equal to string.filter, return. I think it's all good. It should work. If I show you, so let me just take it out for a second. If I put a comment here and let you show you, if I directly apply to salutations dot filter, and if you see function, take one salutation out and just console.log. I'm just consoling it on the very top. So hello, and that test, and I pass one S at a time. Let's console them directly, right? And this is not a function now. Look at that. You see, false, true, true, false, true, true, false. So what it is doing, that it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 values. It is basically testing them against this one. Like, you see that it is testing that against this one. The first one is false. First one does not contain that one. Second one contains yes, so it is true. Third contains hello, so this is true. Fourth contains false, like 4 does not contain hello because it's 20 in between that. Yes, Natalina, this S is actually one salutation at a time, filtering one solution at a time. So this is the collection, Natalina. And the filtering, when you are filtering, take one value at a time. So this takes by and tests it with by. This takes hello 1, 2, 3 and tests it that. You got it? As you got that, Natalina, as it's actually just donating. So it's how the program knows what. How the program, like this is S is shortcut for salute. Oh, okay, Natalina, this is a very interesting question. I'll call it A. And I'll call it A over here. It's not a shortcut of salutation, by the way. Remember, it is just a variable being used. Now I'll tell you something else. If I write a value here, Nathila, I would like you to understand that one. What does that mean by value? It says from salutations, take one value out, store that in value. Natalina, are you getting that one? Take one value out from the set. This name can be anything, Natalina. It's not a short form of solution. It's actually filter when I am applying a filter to a collection, this collection's value one after the other go into the function and that become the value of that. Natalina, are you understanding that one? So it can be named, it can be named anything at all. It's actually the one value from this one. You understand? One value from that one. Now, if I give you some more hint for maybe any other question, this is one of the hint for one question. If I just give you, for example, another hint for. Yes. So another hint for if I just talk about question number, like, these 2, 3 questions are exactly the same. You have to just fit in the methods and you have to just run that one string with 10. Wherever the 10 find, converts it replace. Here you will be using replace function with a regular expression, right? I would like to just talk about this cleanup as well. So for example, what is this function? It says that cleanup formatting of text, specifically make a given string following these rules. One space versus two spaces after a period, question mark and exclamation point, single quotes versus double quote, remove any space after and before. Now I've shown you what to do. If the function comes is like this is a sentence, there is some spaces, this is another, return, this is a sentence, this is another, like spaces, extra spaces are removed. Make sense? And if there are 1, 2, and 3, it returns 1, 2, and 3 without any spaces, without anything. It will just return that one. And if it is cleanup, this is fun with double quotations, it just converts it into the single quotations. Now, this is quite interesting. If there are 2 dots, it should be converted in 1 dot. If there are 2 periods, like, converted to 1 period. If there are multiple spaces, converted to the one space. Right? The string could be cleaned up, may contain one, some, or all these errors, may contain multiple instances of some error. For example, it could be a long string like a paragraph versus a single sentence. Now I'll give you a little hint for that one and you guys will complete that one. If I write return value dot replace. Now see here, I will write a regular expression. So this is a regular expression and I'm saying that replace it with dot and a single space. So what I'm saying, if you find a literal dot 2 times, if you find a literal dot and 2 spaces, for example, s of 2, convert that into 1. Now, how many of you guys understood that? This is a regular expression. This is called a literal dot. You remember backslash tells us that this dot is a literal dot. If in a string there is a dot and then there are spaces, exactly 2 spaces. Convert those 2 spaces to 1 space. With dot with 1 space. Are you guys getting that one? In the same way, I can chain up another one and I can say replace a regular expression, first of all. And again, by the way, I'll have to use a G over here. Remember, global. I'll have to make them global so that everyone you have to do it. So I say if there is a sign of exclamation and there are 2 spaces, sign of exclamation and 2 spaces. Do what? Convert that with sign of exclamation with 1 space. Are you guys getting that one? Whenever you find a sign of exclamation with 2 spaces, convert that into 1 space. So Anjalika said in the first problem, we don't return all elements that contain hello, but I will got true, false, not values. How do we get? Oh, yes. So hello salutations dot filter. Hello g dot test return. So it is return. Yes. OK, so now it's returning the true or false value. Now, let's Angelica, let's put it this way. You put another variable and you set it up that if that is true for this one, return the original value. Like original value means that you put an if and else in. You will have to put an if and else over there. And Angelica, what do I mean? That for example, when you test one string and that string is passing, it's returning a true. If it is returning a true, here it is returning a true or false. You say no, return the str. You know, Angelica, let me give you a little glimpse of that. Look at that. For example, you know, I'm doing it directly. You have to just put that in. If I put this if, like, you know, this in the if condition. If this happens, Angelica, look, if this happens, yes. So do what? Then yes, you may use return, or I'm using a console.log. So I say if that is the case, print the string. Look at that. And now let me just, you know, comment out the bottom one. Well, it won't hurt. Let's run that. Oh, what's that? str. Oh, I used the wrong word. Not str. Oh, it's a value. Sorry, right? Console.log value. I used the str, which was wrong. And let's run that one. Oh, node practice question. Now you see that. Hello 1 2 3, new hello, hello, ABC, hello, questions. You know, Angelica, if you want to put that in the, you put that in a if or else, and then you return for that one. So for example, when you are returning, you will just say that return, for example, return value. So now value will be returned rather than true or false. Angelica, you got it? Okay, wonderful. Now let's move back. Let's move back now, and then fix the formatting of Canadian postal code. If you look at that one, this is another very classical, interesting problem. I would also give a hint, a little hint to this one, but I would like you guys to just, you know, think about it a little bit and think about it, that we have given all the rules of the postal code. You have to make a regular expression that understands our postal code. That understands our postal code. What does that mean? The postal code will be given, and it basically does what? First problem, it will fix the postal code. If the variables are not in small letter, capital letter, it will capitalize that and all do that. So then you have to make a regular expression. Now, regular expression, while you are making, you have to consider all the rules of regular expression over here. That the short form will be ON, and you know what is the rule, that if to province, if you want to convert into province, it will just read the first two letters. And if it is M or something, it will return to Ontario and something like that. So I have a big question. How many of you have tried all the questions, these practice questions, on your own before? Because I would like to just share the solution with you guys, but I would like you to just, you know, at least practice it out. Have you guys practiced it out before? Like, you know, have you done the practice or something before? Fourth one. Oh, that's wonderful. So, okay. So what I'll do is that I'll share its solution, like, you know, shortly, and you can have a look at that solution. Okay, I mean, that's wonderful. If you have practiced and you have done that, that's a wonderful thing. That's a wonderful thing. Yeah, but you know, they are very like, you know, if you understand them, they're very funny. Like, you know, they're the interesting question. All right. Okay. Okay, Valentine. Try that out and you will definitely like that. Number 5, you could not figure out. Number 5. Oh, you know, even give it a little thought. If you have cleaned the postal code, then I'm giving you a hint. I'm giving you a little hint over here. The hint here is that you have to actually, you know, look into. So for example, you know, the first letter of postal code tells which province the postal code is. I'm giving you a hint. When the postal code is cleaned up for you, you first of all read the first letter. Starts with. Reads the first letter, starts with. But and then you have to just keep in mind that you have to understand that if it is coming in M, so I've given over here, if the first letter is M, N, P, K, L, it should be Ontario. If it is GHJ, it should be Quebec. So, even the shortcut here or a little trick here is that you would like always to read the first letter, and then converting to province is quite simple because, if you read the first letter, if it is N, you will directly reach to Ontario. You'll have to put, if and else or all those kind of things, or maybe, the switch statement or something. You know what I mean? So a little bit, and use long form. If again, if there is a value of long form, you use the long form. Otherwise, you use the smaller form. So even it's a little bit of hint, and I hope you will get this hint, and hopefully you will understand that one. Hopefully you will do that. Right? Even starts with is the logic. Starts with is the thing that we have to do. All right, so I'm stopping here, and again, I'll share the solution. You guys can have a look at the solution, and then you'll be good with that. Okay. Not 13 if else. Even that is something you need to invest your time in. 13 if else is not a good idea, and it should not be happening. There must be something. So I would say, look for the switch statement, try to find out some other alternate way. You definitely should find that one. Again, invest some time, and again, it's worth wasting your time in these type of problems. Even do you understand that one? It's worth wasting. Yes, look at the switch statement and all those. You will really find something. Okay. So having said that, I'm stopping here. I hope you guys enjoyed today's session. I hope this was a helpful for some of you. And if someone was unable to attend, I'm stopping recording. They can look at the recording. Was that